Okay, I think we're good. Oh, hang on, I forgot to move a bag. Give me 1 second. I forgot to move a bag. Hi, everybody. I forgot to move something. Okay, should be set. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope the day was restful and or productive for y'all. Sorry, Dawn Trail happened. But do the MSQ now, and I think I'm through the MSQ now, and I think that I have managed to. I think I have managed to defeat the enemy that is intense hyperfixation. So I think we should not have any like to keep it real. How did Fire Red go? How did Fire Red go, Cap? I was running around a bit while you were doing stream time stuff, so I didn't get to stop by. But how did Fire Red go? We got that clear? We in there? But yeah, hi everybody from Orion Stream. My name is Sean. You can call me that RSJ. I make games, I play games. Games make me basically. Today is a game dev stream. I took the last two streams off because Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail kind of grabbed me by the neck and said, we have business to discuss. So I've gotten through the main storyline, so I don't anticipate any other streams getting yanked. Which yeah, we should be back on for like regular schedule stuff now. I normally am really like stringent, strict. 9 is healthy, says very fair. Has to do that, people. Yeah. Dawn Trail is really, really good. Viper is really, really good. I like the storyline a lot. The game looks amazing. I like it. Yeah. I'll give it to Creative Business Unit 3. They ate today. They did that. So yeah, if you have to raid and run Cap, I also completely understand. Thank you for dropping off your community with mine. We're just gonna be chilling and doing like game dev stuff today, for the most part. I've got some new sprites to implement. Got to make sure that if there are any references that I need to update or change, that I update and change them and all that other stuff. So we're gonna have a real good time, kind of just sitting down doing that. And also, I'll be starting the second stage of the game, like laying out the waves and the enemy behaviors and all that other stuff. Trying to like get some of that stuff like up and running and going finally. So that's pretty much the plan as far as today goes. However, I need to pull up. Pull up a thing real quick before we get started, though. Yeah, hope thing goes smoothly. Yeah, it shouldn't be. It should be pretty good today. He said, think so. So we're gonna start with the boss and work our way backwards, basically. But okay, let's come and refer to this. All right, so you may be wondering what the heck happened to the boss here, right? So the long and short of it is that we have a sprite sheet of this now, which means that I need to properly do some calculation stuff. So that is 12 horizontal frames and 1800. Okay, 1800, 300, cut off both zeros. It's 18 by 3, which is 6. So because we got like a proper update to like the sprite sheet here, I had to just like actively at some point we're gonna have to rename that, because there are several bosses that are that, so that's not sprite sheet is. Hang on. Means I don't think that got renamed. So quick load. Yeah, it didn't get renamed, so I need to go rename that. Hold on. And I need to make sure that that reference is updated over here. Because the last time I forgot to like update references, shenanigans happened. I had a sneezing fit as soon as I raided, but I want to say hi and I hope you're doing well, friend. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. We got new spikes to put in Shoot Lancer, so I'm gonna be doing that for probably most of the first part of the stream. Probably order some Shake Shack or something while I'm kicking along, and then the next step will be to start stage 2, start like laying out some of the enemies that show up and things like that. But yeah, I'm doing all right. I was asking before, in case the sneezing fit kept you, how did Fire Red go? I didn't get to hang out because like I was running around. But yeah, in the overall Wednesday has been okay so far. No worries, it went okay. We're hopefully gonna finish it tomorrow, but we'll see. All right, then that means my eyes are there. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm exhausted. Yeah. Go on ahead, rest it up. I will do my best to take care of your community. Thanks for dropping them off with me. Gonna have us some fun. So let's see here. So a couple things. First and foremost is that now that this has been updated, first thing that we need to do is we gotta basically check our sprites and adjust. We have to adjust our animations because the frames have changed accordingly. Since we now have a couple of. That's not what I wanted to do. I have a way of selecting all the frame nodes. That's fine. Aim button. Key value here is 0. Oh, here. Nope, we want here. It's one. I think this is. One here. Good. It's 5 frames because that's the last one. So okay. I think that's the right FPS. I may have to double check that a little later. So idle is good. Yeah, we're just adjusting a couple of these other frames. Idle movement. Talk to KT about that later because we're not going to use that. Hey Mojo. Take these, yank those all out. Go to the animation. Go to the sprite 2D. Well, how you doing, Mojo? Hopefully well. And hit it. Hit it. Okay, so we'll do 36 here. I just gotta like grab the rest of the yank them out. So this is 36 and sprite 2D 7. Defeated. Modulate, we want to leave alone. Alright, and that should be the stage 1 bosses. Doing decent, been spending a lot of time today changing my usual YouTube format. Looking at topic outside my wheelhouse. Okay. So those should be fixed, though. Those should be fixed, I think. I need to just take a look at the code real quick. Please don't open in 2 separate windows. I'm going to be very upset. Pause script. Tackle state. Okay. Okay, cool. So I already set that up, I think. Okay. On. Yep. I'm gonna go to sprite 2D 960 by 320. Zones are 80 by 80. So I need to just I gotta recalculate now. So 12 times 8 is 96, right? So it's 12 frames horizontal. 8 times 4 is 32. There we go. And now we just need to adjust enemy weapon position. That's the visible on-screen notifier, the hurt box. Okay. I want to shrink the hurt box just a little. Okay, that's there. And for this one, I want to pull that back a little. All right. So basically, what happened was that Crystal sat down and KT. Ugh, brain had a fart. KT, you didn't hear that from me. KT sat down and why did my brain shut off there? Words do bad things. KT sat down and redid some of the sprites just to kind of fix the sizing a bit. I forgot to ask KT if she also intended for. Well, we're gonna find out. If she shows up, I'll ask her and be like, "Hey, so I forgot if you ever confirmed whether or not you wanted the enemy sprites to also be double size or not." Let's see. So, huh. So hang on, let's start with that. So 0, 1, right 2D. 011 is 12 frames. So 0, 0, 1, 2. Right, 2D. Just make sure that I didn't get any repeats by accident. 0, 1, 2. I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't repeat any sprites by accident. 6, 9, 10. No, 0 to 11 is supposed to be 12 frames, but I'm missing something. 0, 1. No, 0, 1. I knew it. Five. Because I'm sitting here going like, the math can't be that wrong. I had to have messed up somewhere. Look at those wing movements. Aren't those beautiful? Alright, so we got that. Okay, good. Shooting is still correct. Hit. That's what I was worried about. So hit is 24 to 35. Hit, I'm gonna do 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 30. 1, 2, 4, 5. Doesn't loop. And defeated. Bones are set. Super. Yeah, basically, literally all I'm doing is just like fixing the sprite counts and things like that. It should be 12, 4. Yep. So, frame. Yep. Here we're gonna go this over here to this and put our frame to 12. Take these, clear these out. Where it is heated. Down a little bit. Okay. Then we have the scout left, and then that should be it. Scout. And the scout should be the last person that we have to adjust, I think. 12 by 4. Okay. All right, let's see. Right, animations. So yeah, basically because the new sprite, all that really happened with the new sprite sheets coming in is that I have to like redo the animations just to be sure that you know we have the right counts for everything sprites wise and all that other stuff. 0, 0, 1. Here we're gonna here. All right, good. Can't operate on the node. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these frames down here, not the node. Thank you. Okay. 2D. Frame. Oh. Damn it. Good. Paste those the way I would like. So just gotta grab these, throw these out. Here, this one. Make sure that we start at the right frame. It starts at 4. Going too deep. There we go. That scout defeated. Here, right? Grab these, yank those, bring them over here. Right 2D again. We start at frame 6. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Now we test to make sure that those came through correctly. Oh, we're probably not gonna have audio on the game today because I forgot to turn on the monitor sound. But that's fine. We don't really need audio to test. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I need to change the scale of the enemies back down because that's what they were accounting for. Except for maybe the base enemy, sprite 2D. Yeah, revert that. Drone. Yeah, that's what I thought. Link those together. -32, -8 for the enemy weapon. For all of them is where that should be. Drone. Gotta keep that part. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Hi, Shen. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, oh. Yeah. Dawn Trail is yeah, Dawn Trail was really, really good. I last zone had me kind of fucked up for a little bit. But in a general sense, no, shit's good. to the degree that like I actually sat down and went, okay, now that I understand how to like play Viper in the most basic sense, I guess I'll write a guide for it. I'm sort of glad you're not on Twitter. Like that's the thing. I still have a Twitter account, but okay, there's like I'm not naming names because generally this person's opinion was positive, but there were two things that they said where I was like, I don't know about that. Like, considering that you are like as Risu would say if she were here, considering that you are maggot white, the fact that you have said these two things makes me go, I don't know about that one, fam. But like, yeah, that's the like. Unfortunately, I haven't been seeing them on Twitter. I have been seeing a lot of the takes on like Discord mostly, from people who are type away about it. But basically, the short answer is that the person who, again, I'm not naming names because I'm not trying to like air this person out like that, but they were like, riding is several steps back, we're back to. I will note that this is the only serious complaint this person had about Dawn Trail. To be clear about this, the only serious complaint this person had about Dawn Trail was riding is several steps back, we're back to cardboard cutouts instead of people. Riding is just speed running Allied Society with stories at the same point hammered in over and over again tediously. Hello, we as a collective group have one quirk and that's it. The redacted for spoilers art was insultingly, bafflingly bad. Things are too simple like a cartoon. The whole thing feels like it went from media aimed at an older audience to shonen manga. Simplified and exaggerated cardboard cutouts of humanity. And I'm just like, by virtue of the fact that I know our tastes are very different, and by virtue of the fact that I respect you in other avenues, and because I am not trying to pick fights on Twitter, because that's some shit that I don't have the energy for that. It's about video games. I'm not doing that shit. Like, it's not worth that. But I read those things specifically. Mind you, this person still generally liked it, but that was like their serious points of contention with it as far as I'm aware. And I was just like, it was a white person saying this, even though I know you well enough to know that it is not you doing that consciously, that looks away. This is not me saying that Dawn Trail is above critique, but I'm like, it sure looks away that you say that about that, but then you're like, yeah, I love Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers is like my favorite expansion. This is not me saying Shadowbringers is bad or that it doesn't deserve to be liked like that. I'm just, you understand where for half a second I'm like, you know what? So Stormblood is complicated because Reese is white passing Alamegan, and that plays into a lot of how that story turns out, and I'm going to leave it at that. There are very many reasons why, and it's like one of the major issues is that like one of the major characters in that is from that country, but is white passing as shit, and there are a lot of like very fucky dynamics that work into that. But I think generally it may be a thing where the people who are being consciously or subconsciously racist about it are the people that are like that are yelling the loudest about how game sucks. And so I'm just like, But yeah, like my general thing is I like Dawn Trail a lot. Viper's a really cool class. Yeah. And I am not equipped to talk about a lot of the issues that have come up in Stormblood from certain perspectives, because I am not from the demographic that Alamigo was based on. I cannot comment on that in full and extent. There are people who probably have discussed that from a much more salient point of experience than I could. But yeah, it says a lot that, yeah. And again, this is not me saying that like Shadowbringers was a bad expansion by any means. Most people love the shit out of Shadowbringers. But yeah, I'm not engaging it on Twitter. Like literally the take that I read to y'all. And again, that was the one, like the things that were said were like the major nitpicks that this person had about it, because they were like, yeah, the combat design, like the encounter design specifically is really good. Really good. They have this thing where they've been saying for years and years and years, like, yeah, the jobs are getting too simple. The jobs are getting too simple. But this is someone who likes like complicated, scrungly, like, like complicated, scrungly class design shit. That's their jam. And for the longest time, they have basically gone on record. They have basically gone on record saying that they much prefer. I'm not getting too deep into it because, like, I'm not going to represent their point correctly. But the direction in which why is it that every Wednesday we wind up talking about this shit? The direction for that person, right? They did the job of getting, for me, personally, because it's technically game design talk. Yeah. So going back to that time-honored tradition that we're talking about, player toolkit lever and the encounter lever. The person that I was reading the critique, that I was reading the tweet of, or part of the tweet of, right? At least insofar as the positive things that they were like, yeah, some of these encounters like surprised me. But the major thing that person has always kind of been about is that as the player toolkit lever has been getting cranked down, they've been complaining about how homogenous all of the everything feels and blah, blah, blah. But this is someone who's also been playing the game for a long time. So I am more inclined to say, I see why you feel that way, even if I don't agree. As far as explicitly class and job change shit goes. To answer your question, okay, Mojo first and then Steffi's thing. A lot of the critique I've heard about Stormblood is along the lines of the story brings up a whole lot of ideas and feel equipped to handle well as an outsider looking in. Basically that, and the pacing is still a little bit all over the place. Like I said, if one of the major characters in Stormblood had been brown, then there are certain degrees of how the optics of it looked that would have come together better, I think. Because this person is from that spot, but is extremely white passing, and that causes a lot of problems when you look at the general narrative thereof. There is a person who belongs, she is from that place, and is basically returning home as diaspora, but she is white passing when many of the characters in that place are not. And it becomes really fucking messy, and I don't want to get into it. If you know, you know. But to answer Stubby's proper question about, so did the job is getting pruned down to make room for new mechanics and an expansion cycle hold up? To me, yes. General encounter design of Bojo, it's like a 7 or an 8. Possibly up to a 9 or a 10, depending on if you're feeling really uncharitable. I'd say 7 at a minimum. But again, I'm not getting into that part of it. I want to just answer the question that Stubby brought up. Insofar as Dawn Trail and whether or not the whole thing I've been talking about, yeah, they're cranking down the Yeah, the particular character. Yeah, like I said, there is a lot to talk about, and I don't want to get into it. So I'm leaving it where I left it. Am I oversimplifying it? Yes, a bit. But that's because getting into the nitty gritty of how the fuck they managed to like get that together is a whole other can of worms that I do not want to discuss right now. The simplest thing I am going to say is they probably didn't think of it, but I don't know for sure how most of that went. It just got messy. Answer the first question that Stubby asked, right? Also, hi, Cat Wizard. I'm glad you made it. I'm sorry that Twitch bullied you into like logging in 4 times. I saw you talking. You just literally caught me in the middle of like caught me ranting. Yeah. So this is my thing, right? That's different because I know this is someone to play both. Well, I would say, yeah. Probably to the detriment of a lot of other things I would say about WoW. I prefer 14 combat over WoW. Well, what I remember, both haven't touched either in years at this point. Yeah. I didn't play nearly as much WoW, but I feel like because of how much Blizzard focused on doing combat junky things. Oh, that's not the right word. I'm sorry. Rolling that back. Sorry. Not the right way to put it. Because WoW focused on trying to keep their focus on the combat heads, I feel like to a certain degree that has driven their priorities in ways that I think make that game less interesting, personally. And I'm going to leave it at that, as far as that goes. Okay, I need to get to answer like the goddamn question. Y'all keep sidetracking me. The short answer is, insofar as Dawn Trail and the specific question of in cranking the kit down, did we get more interesting encounter design? Yes. My general experience with most of the dungeon bosses and things like that, as well as like, because trash packs and dungeons are trash packs and dungeons, right? Like, there's only really so much that you can like mess around with that. Usually as far as like Final Fantasy. Hang on a second, somebody asked about a thing. Mechanically heavy trash is dislike trash. Yeah, so like trash mobs in Final Fantasy 14 are never going to be specifically super complex because that's a lot of work. I guess maybe unless you're talking like variant dungeons, but that's a whole other can of worms. Anyway, the thing I was saying is that a lot of the encounter design that happens in Final Fantasy XIV usually focuses around dungeon bosses and raids. Yes, dungeon bosses in Dawn Trail, especially going in cold, it feels like they have a bit more bite to them, where it's like, right, if you're not looking and not paying attention, you are gonna get got a lot. I didn't play with actual people for most of the dungeon runs. I was using the hang on a second. While I'm talking about this, I should be testing Shoot Lancer. For most of the runs that I was doing, I was testing with. I rather not testing with. I ran using the duty support system, so I didn't have to like wait for queues. And the general experience I had was something akin to. That's what I thought. Okay. No, I knew it. Hang on. I gotta go adjust the animations a little bit again. I think KT left a couple of power up. But yeah, I would say in a very general sense that yes. Insofar as insofar as where Dawn Trail's like mechanics, like not mechanics design, encounter design has landed, yes, I'm inclined to say that they definitely they stuck it. It works better. Hang on. Oh. Right, KT told me. She did answer that, and I was not paying attention, and I didn't remember. That's my own fault. Okay, cool. I need to adjust a couple of things again, because I wasn't paying attention to what she told me. It was, hey, put the... That's my own fault, because I wasn't paying attention. So now we need to like redo these, basically. Okay, so... Literally, she told me. And I'm like, I don't remember what she said, so I'm gonna do this. And it's like, she literally told you, dude. All right. But yes, to answer the general question, finally, um, the short answer is that I basically feel that yes, um, with especially with like the way that like mechanically a lot of the stuff resolves in those dungeons, especially as people one learn it and two are not geared for it yet. Um, the encounter design generally feels a lot more, a lot fresher in some aspects than. And then I, of course, stumbled my way right into an ad break, so I'm gonna wait. Okay. The ads to clear. Shay, help me out here. I'm a programmer. Why am I making pixel art? Because when you're doing indie development, sometimes the number of hats that you wear is more than one. Um, I don't know Sabira's trapped in ad hell, so I may have to read that. I may have to say that again for her after ads are over. Because I said that, I looked, I said that, looked at Sabira's. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's the answer. That's the answer. Because you are an indie developer, you're an indie developer, which means that the amount of hats that you wear is always greater than one. One way or another, it's always greater than one. But I already wore two hats. Now I'm wearing three. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Alas, alack. Hats can be worn on top of other hats, and no one can tell you otherwise. Exactly. Stubby gets it. Stubby understands. Um, Let me see here. Uh, okay, ordered food. That's taken care of. Right. Oh, I need to like. Hi, Brain. Thanks for shorting out, Brain. There it is. So just need to adjust. Scout is already fixed, so drone. Animation player. Hit. Fixed 4. Eat them. Type these. Back. 8. Save. I think we should be able to do. Subject to DT, haven't finished yet, but all I have to say is that I die for Fibonacci suppress. Yeah. Okay. So we are definitely getting. I think the issue that the debugger is giving me is that deaths are being counted twice. Deaths are being counted twice somehow. And that is a problem because the score is 39.50 and then it jumped to 59.50. So, all right. That has given me a new bug to go and squish, I think. Oh, Google. The time and true honor tradition of yeah, no, Wuklamat is I'm just tapping my heart because there's nothing else I can say here. Let's see if that fixed it. I don't think that fixed it. I doubt it did, but we'll see. Um, if anybody is wondering why I'm constantly like pessimistic about whether or not my code fixes work, it is generally better to assume that it didn't fix it till it did. Um, huh. It might have actually worked. Did you want me to just remove? For right now, I literally just removed them. I just removed them from the actual animation. Um, I removed them from the actual animation on this end. Um, when you, the next time you decide to take a pass at it, by all means, feel free to the next time you go and look at the sheet, but you don't have to do it like right now. Okay, then yeah, specifically, let me see if I can pinpoint the ones that would specifically be the. I'm gonna go back to drone and trooper so you can see what I mean real quick. Just so that we're lined up here. Hang on. Not fuck around. Nope, don't change that. So, like, if I go back to hang on. So the main reason why I bring it up is because like if I go to hang on. Yeah, like in the sheet, right? You have it listed as it is 24 to 35, right? So 24, 25, 26, 27, right? Because they look like this, they cause a little bit of delay before the actual hit. So really it looks like what is currently 28 through 35 is the actual hit animation that I need. So like those frames 24, 25, 26, 27 that do that little jitter right before, yeah. Because that way, like we get, because ideally, right, when they get shot, we want to have like that reaction, right? Yeah, and then I'll probably just wind up like, would you like a bigger? A little. Punch it up just a little bit. Yeah, because I'll play it again so you can see what it looks like right now, so you can make the judgment. I think a bigger one might help, but appreciate you. Thank you, KT. Let me take something here. So yeah, it didn't actually fix the issue. I don't think, anyway. Let me see something real quick, because I'm curious. And this. Oh. Huh. That's surprisingly simple. Alright. I would be incredibly surprised if that actually fixes it. Um, Almost. Oh, I didn't do it here. Yeah, that did it. All right, cool. That works. Okay, cool. Implement new bug fix. Got rid of the mysterious error that kept popping up when power-ups dropped. Note. Sometime set deferred. Add child node to add nodes to the tree or Godot will get angry. Would you like for the defeated sprites to be shorter too? I forgot to as in the animation is faster, maybe by like a frame or two, if that. I think. Thank you so much for the follow. The thank you so much for the follow. We keep our followers anonymous so that people can like do that and lurk and all that other stuff without like having to like come up out of lurk and be like, oh no, like you perceived me. So thank you so much for the new follow. Deeply appreciate it. Welcome to the Gauge Gang. I hope you enjoy your stay here. But yeah, KT, I'd say maybe only by like, if anything, maybe only by like a frame or two, if that, because I do need just enough time to have them fade out. So they don't have to be like that much shorter. I don't think it looks about right. So if anything, I would only say, but like no, maybe no more than like 2 frames if you're gonna cut anything out. Okay. So for the most part, though, that's pretty much fixed everything except for this. Hold on. I'm gonna see if we can fix this last one, and then I want to start doing stage 2 stuff. I think. Condition analysis to. Oh. Okay. But I don't know which pack scene this is. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know. I don't know which scene it is. In your loaded scene. Commonly used by using export node paths. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't happen there. It happened in title screen. No. No shame in my game. Uh, uh. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Sorry. Hold on. What is happening there? Hmm. Sorry, something came up real quick. I just have to stop and take a look. Anyway, continuing. Sorry, I just had to like catch that real quick. OBS is showing me something funny, so I had to like stop and look and squint really hard and be like, "What are you doing there?" Okay, so a corrupted node path or expert. Sorry. export properties and scripts or animations that do not exist. Okay. So basically it's like, hey, there was supposed to be a thing that was here and it's not there. And it's something from one of the things in stage 1. I will have to go bit by bit as I as I make stage 2 to see what it is, I think. See what could be kicking that off. So let's do stage 1. Alright. 15. Other node. We're just gonna do stage 2. Stages. Stage 2. Okay. I need entry.cs. Okay. That script. Nope. Need one that already exists. Quick load. Level. Enter.cs. Okay. That one. Okay, so it's not that. So it's not that. So next one now. Let me get the HUD. Not the HUD either. Okay, good. Parallax isn't gonna go in yet because we're not messing with that yet, so it doesn't really matter. Hang on, I need to close a couple of these. Title screen, don't need options menu, don't need the pause menu, don't need the remap submenu, or the audio or graphics display, language text, or player, or drone, or base enemy, or the stage 1 boss, or the trooper, or the enemy weapon, or the scout. I just need stage 1 and stage 2. Okay. Turn our canvas layer. Enemy spawner. Okay. Scene root is that. Alright. Sheets are done and adjust the animation index font I should push. Go ahead. All right, let me not overthink it too much because that's gonna just make me tired. Okay, I can pull. Okay. Pulling. Okay. Cool. Now let's go hit drone. The toughest question I've asked yesterday, I don't want to talk about it. I don't have to answer you. 0, 1, 2, 4. Yeah. Okay, good. Hit. Four. Okay. I think I'm gonna repeat these. It should be longer. Oh. Okay. Then that means I'm not looking at the numbers. That's my fault. That's my fault. That's on me. I did not go look at that. Drone hit is 24 to 35. That's my fault because I'm not looking. My inventory is perpetually full. It's like the sink and dishes. Or no, that's not right. I meant to do it here. 24, 5, 6, 7. Here, right to 8. So 25, 26. Here it should be 8. All right, 30. Five. 30. Right. Here. That's what you do. Yeah. 30. Didn't do it right. 31. 2. Yeah. Okay. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 33. Okay, no, you stopped at 32 now. Okay. That part's not updated, I don't think. 9. Going. Super. And super defeated. It also doesn't help that crafting leveling is back up on the menu, and I'm not doing any gathering, which means I'm buying a bunch of crap off the market board for crafts, for materials, and so it's already starting. The hell has started again. One 30. Gathering at the start of Well, none of my gathering classes are leveled up that high, so it doesn't matter. Like this is you making the not incorrect assumption that I actually had like gatherers leveled up that high, which I don't. I am aware of this failing. I am aware of this flaw. Past me had very different priorities. Just need some lo-fi beats to mine, harvest. Yeah. I'm in the diadem. I have that. I just need like a proper I just need like a proper manual to like give me like a boatload of XP and go sit in the diadem for a while and just go mash stuff out, and I could probably at least get miner to 50. But that's a whole other can of worms. And okay, should be set now as far as that's concerned. All right. So stage 1, I know what's causing that debugger error. I'm trying to fuck with something that hasn't loaded yet, and okay, then hold on a second. I need to undo one of the changes I made because that may be causing this to act weird. Hold on. let's just do audio manager. As you page template. Well, they should have a parallax in there also if we're going to do that, but you know what? They've seen as page template, and I'll just add parallax in later if I have to. And two, right. Okay. Let's go dig up a song I can temporarily use for stage 2 just to make sure that like things work until we have actual stage 2 music. Hmm. I'll just take these two and use them both as filler for right now. Or I would if it would let me. Alright, time to be tricksy for a second. Hold on. Okay, good. So that's fine. Let's save that. Save scene as stage 2. Now we're gonna change this to stage 2. Audio manager stage. Alright. Right, some other shenaniganry there that I haven't quite configured yet, but that's fine. It works the way it's supposed to primarily, and that's good. Okay. So we don't have a background yet. That is fine. That's not right. Hang on. Or it might be right. Hang on. Hey, weapon. Yeah, no, tank is the right one for what I want. So, okay, cool. Oh, I need to like actually put over to the correct edge. So let's do transform. This is the yep, you're dead in the middle. Now let's go to the tank. Ah, we need to do state machine stuff. State machine. Okay, cool. Oh, right. That's why, because like I think trying to add children to these to that thing makes it get all fussy. Yeah, for this one, it's not even that. I don't think I can add children to it, so let me try. Okay, no, you can. So let's grab scout, grab copy, tank, drop these off over here. Right. Right now, we just the tank will have its own movement at some point, but I have to think about what I want that to be. Enemy. Right now, we're just gonna swap this to enemy state movement. All right. And now let's just make sure this runs. Oh, it doesn't have movement speed. That explains a lot, actually. Or it does, but tank enemy state machine is. Oh, oh. That's why. I also forgot to do those things. A lot of little things that I forgot to set up with the tank. So it was behaving funny. Okay, excellent. Okay, so then for right now, we're gonna have to leave that there because we don't actually have the setup yet. That's fine. So that's there. Or sprite 2D. Transform. Nope. Okay. Break's finishing. Okay. Okay. That worked correctly. I think I know what might have happened. Hold on, I need to see something. Node. Nope. Animation player. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't attach that. So that needs to go to that. What else that we're not connected? Okay, right. Shot and then defeat. I need to connect also. Okay. Connect. Okay. Yep. Okay. There we go. Those connected now. This should be relatively less shenanigan-y-ish, I think. Stop yelling at me, please. Just work with me here, will ya? Now the main question is, why is the tank stopping? Yeah, basically for whatever reason I cannot figure out right now. Um, for whatever reason I cannot figure out right now. Yeah. So for whatever reason right now, the tank enemy is not transitioning out of its hit state, and I don't know why. Well, guess it's time to do the thing. Turn on show state debug, and we hope that we get it to work. Hit from enemy state movement. Okay. What's the link I'm missing here? Because there has to be something I'm missing here. Node. Come over to the animation player. And there's food. But it's probably not going to actually stop people from firing fireworks on the 4th of July. Apparently there was a notice on the door that said, hey, don't fire fireworks on the 4th. Or to quote that time-honored adage, you're violating the law. Again, I don't think it's going to actually stop anybody who was already planning on doing it from doing it, but no. Hey everybody, guess what? After 10,000 years, Shake Shack has returned. They finally started delivering up here again, even though, unfortunately, their service is kind of slow, so the food comes a little cold, but Shake Shack. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and action. Henty!
To the sky turns to a rider kick.
There's only one person who can stop, and that's me. Hey everybody, my name is Sean. They call me either that or SJ. As I say on my own channel, make games, I play games. Games make you basically. Did you really think that I was going to let you hit me with that? No. Guess what? I'm still alive, motherfucker. Going too fast is no good. Shut the fuck up. What else you got? I have to hit button. Button hit good. This no count, no good, self-absorbed. Giving free tours goes against my professional ethics. I saved your ass! Yo, the nerve of this motherfucker. The absolute gall. The complete stinkiness. Do you see these motherfuckers? They stole all my shit! Fuck out of here. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck now. Stank ass, punk ass, smelly ass motherfucker. Yo, not with the deep cut. My brain is full of eels. Anyway, so fuck. We should just play this fucking video game. Damn it. That's not fair. No, that's fighting dirty. You can't do that. Just because it's correct doesn't mean it's right. Just for that. I'll teach y'all to talk to me about the consequences of my own actions. And now, this poll that I'm not going to look at the results of yet, I'm lying, I'm going to look right now. Jesus fuck! Why are y'all like this? What was the reason? This is all according to my calculations. We will probably be fine. God damn it. Can somebody clip that? Going too fast is no good. You facetious motherfuckers. You really are gonna stand up in front of God and everybody. Oh my fucking God. No. No. I can't fucking stand you. How dare you? How very dare you? You right, but shut up. Give me a church. I told y'all I was gonna get a church, and I got a church. Apples above be praised. Amen. Amen. Hallelujah. And peanut butter. Praise be to Lord R.N. Jesus. For in our time of need, he has provided. Can I get a blessings to R.N. Jesus in the chat? I have to behave. I have to behave. I have to behave. I have to behave. You know what? I'm just gonna do this.
What kind of just nonsense did you just... What in the hell do you mean? You put me on your whole motherfucking screen?
They're all gonna die. Somebody clip that. Oh no. Not again. Y'all do what I think y'all did? Y'all can't bully me like this. Y'all got me all kinds of twists turned up right now. I don't know what the... I applaud you, but also, God fucking damn it, I would just be like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I should be fine. Fuck all of you. No! 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 That's not how this works. I am the danger. Oh yeah! I'll respond to that, but fuck! That's shit! Fuck! That's all I have to say in response, you know? If you are into fighting games, JRPGs, game design talk, and all that other kind of stuff, please feel free to follow me over at twitch.tv/SJH Says Games. I can't fucking stand y'all. I can't. Y'all are the absolute fucking worst. I love this fucking community so much. Y'all are just the best. You know that? All of y'all. All of y'all in here. I appreciate y'all so much. You got the straight mom seal of approval. Also because I'm handsome. Good job. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, y'all. I am back. Let's get back to it. I have a debug test that should figure out why exactly Tank Enemy is not doing the thing that it should be doing, which is okay. I need to check what's looping and what's not. Defeated isn't. Damn it. It's because I put the hit animation on looping. I put the hit animation on looping because, of course I did, and that's why. So, fun fact, in Godot, if an animation is set to looping, it never reaches the end. So, yeah, basically just to start off, right? The basic conceit behind stage 1 is that you get introduced primarily to two things, right? Introduce you to the three of the enemy types that we have, right? We have drones, troopers, air troopers, scouts, and tanks. Those are like the 5 main enemy types, right? The first level very deliberately only gives you drones, troopers, and scouts. Those are the only 3 enemies that you get in the first level, right? It's very much on purpose. And now that we have got the first level pretty much down, I can start planning the waves for the second level, right? Now, talk about introducing tanks. Basically, scouts and tanks take up diametrically sort of opposed spaces insofar as the way that their damage stuff goes, right? Scouts are really, really bad at taking hits, but their shots are very fast. Tanks are very slow, but the shots they fire, if they hit you, are gonna hurt real bad. And that diametry is very much on purpose. The only thing I haven't figured out, on the other hand, is the tank's movement. is the tank's movement pattern. I just checked out Monster Hunter Stories. All this game is weird. It's a Capcom game. What did you expect? Chen. Chen Wolf. I was about to say, I know you didn't literally sit your ass down, play a Capcom game, and not prepare yourself for the weird. I know you didn't. Well, I'm not playing it causes. Okay. Yeah. Thanos. I'm just laughing to myself just thinking about that. But yeah, to go back to the point that I was initially talking about before I got distracted, right? Yeah, like if you get, like, if a tank comes at you and shoots you like 3 times, you're dead, right? So the part that makes this complex, right? And the part that now I have to think about is what is going to be the tank's movement behavior, right? Because that big up and down swaying that the that the scout has doesn't suit the tank very well, I don't think. So now it's just a question of what does suit it best. Because it could be the straight line march, right? Or, and this is where we get interesting now, right? Because inevitably, I would like. This might be a thing I do actually. Let's be a little silly with it for a second. Because I got an idea that's either amazing or terrible. So, the thing about the tank is that much like the scout, it was only meant to fire in single spread. But what happens if I choose to break that rule? Hang on a second, I gotta make sure I have this right. Weapon. smaller the number. Tanks go in a spiral line like an old telephone cord. Makes me think of tank treads. Oh, I have to think on that one a little bit more. I may choose something different, but that's an interesting one. Because that should be doable as long as I'm careful about the timing, right? It'd be one of those things where I have to segment the movement into forward, up, back. Yeah. Forward, up, back. Yeah, I'd have to basically section the movement state into 4 separate movement states, right? And have it just do that. I have to think about that one. I like that suggestion. I like that suggestion. And I think I can program it relatively straightforwardly. We have about 12 minutes. I could try it. Hang on, I gotta put down a memo somewhere. Give me a second. So. Excuse me. Okay. I think we can. Let me take a look at this for a second. I've been playing the same disc of this soundtrack for the entire stream, and I never switched it. My bad. Let's get us something new. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna do ink export public ink case E. That's why it's getting fussy. Tank movement substates none, forward, up, back, down. Tank movement substate, current substate. Oh, I can't do that. Export current string current tank movement substate get current subs. Public override. Current tank current substate got two string, so we always know which one. State. Okay. I can also go look at the Keep this consistent. The current substate equal. Forward and then hang on. Let me just open up the regular script part. We're not gonna get all of it, I don't think. Level. Alright. Okay, the forward time has to be a little bit longer than the back time, or it's not going to actually move forward. I think. I'm gonna do 4, 3. So back movement. This is right. And it's deliberately a little bit shorter when it moves further back, so that it doesn't. So up and down are in the same spot, but the forward movement is a little longer than the backward movement. Load or do tank state movement. And I just need to save, build. That state machine will pick up automatically. Okay. Let's see. If back was equal, it'd be a circle and not just a spot. Yeah. Like I sat down and thought about it. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna go exactly even if I did it exactly. So let's see. Okay, good. So we have it, but now we just gotta tighten up the timing a little bit. Time to take out the magic numbers. Float. Forward duration equals 4 is fine, I think. So we're gonna do double forward duration. 4 is fine. Double vert duration. These need to be equal. Then double back duration is going to be forward duration. Even do like 1.5 just to make sure that it like. And here, right? The reason why we have these as like hard variables now is so we can do this. So I saw that hydrate, not hydrate. Close enough. So this thing that I'm doing right here, where you see current state underscore delta time is greater than or equal to 4, right? This right here is what we call a magic number in programming. You want to avoid these as much as you can because, right, if I had to reuse this exact number in multiple spots in this code, right, be a pain. Case in point, let's say that I always want the back duration to be 1 second less than the forward duration, right? If I use the magic number 4 here, then I have to leave back as, or in this case, right? You want back movement to be about half, right? So if I changed 4 to like 3, I'd have to come back down here and manually change this to 1.5 and all that other stuff, right? Or I could do it like this. So forward duration is here. Up movement, let's say we want up and down to be the same thing, right? I can just do that now. Where I say for up movement, it's whatever the vertical duration is. For back movement, I'm just going to say forward duration cut 2, right? And now whenever I change the forward duration, my backward duration will automatically stay in the same proportion and I don't have to go back and change it. And that's why avoiding magic numbers when you can, when it's reasonable to, is good. Use variables instead, because what happens is you can then just tweak the variable values, and if you're calculating everything else mathematically based off of variable substitution, your life is easier. Okay, back seems to go too far for a little bit. Hold on. Back movement Oh, that's why I never... I forgot to actually change that, and that's why I wasn't doing that correctly. Ah, joke's on me. Yeah. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. I have a thing I can do now. Double back. We're gonna do this as 0.5. That. Yeah, I might have overcomplicated a little bit, but I like that. So, oh wait, no, I shouldn't do it like this. I should do it as not back divisor. It should be back multiplier. And here's the reason why. Because this way, right, I can basically keep it so that I can express it as a percentage a lot more easily. So 0.25, right, means that it will always move. I know for a fact that the back multiplier, that means it's always moving by exactly that much. So I'm going to come over to, where is it? Forward duration times back multiplier, right? Now watch this. Right? And now, because I have no magic numbers here, right? Now this is always going to be, it's all going to stay in relative proportion to each other based on what I change for the horizontal, the forward move time, and the verticals. It all changes proportional to each other, sort of. Yep. And by virtue of the fact that I have, yep. And basically what happens is that the move. So yeah, thank you, Stubby. So yeah, basically literally, and that's why, if you remember way earlier, when Stubby suggested it, I stopped and like drew it out to sort of like visualize it so I could think about, right, how to lay it out. So let me sit down and comment out the rest of this code. Run our current movement pattern if it is not. No. Debug our current pattern name so that it can be seen in the inspector. In fact, let me make a note right here. Movement state for the. It describes a spiral-like pattern. So yeah, considering that I wrote this code basically 4 separate times, I could probably truthfully just accomplish with a switch statement, right? This last little bit. Honestly, let's do that. I could just do it with 2 big switch statements, but you know what? I'm not doing it actually. Forget it. This works fine. I do not need to refactor it for no reason. It works like it's supposed to. And I do not need to this is all duplicated code, yes, and I could probably organize it more elegantly, but it works and it doesn't break anything. Right? Remember, sometimes you don't need to refactor the thing if it works. Making the code more complex for the sake of making it more complex. I could probably at some point come back and condense this, but I also know that this way it works. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. Why bother? Hi, Cal. How you doing? If the current state's delta time is delta U's inherited from update state is longer than the forward duration, switch us to probably I think the most efficient thing I could do would be to take this stuff and turn it into a function that I can just call. Hanging in there, trying not to let the stress try breathing down my neck while it gets me while I make seal samples. How are you? I'm doing all right. Thanks to Stubby, we have a movement state for this enemy that I was like, I don't know what the movement should be because I have not figured it out. And Stubby was like, well, you call it a tank, so make it move like it's a rotating tank tread. In other words, doing this. It's not as ovular. It's much more square in its movement, but it makes an interesting pattern that will let it contrast well against some of the enemies that we have to deal with. We're going to be more explicit and call these patterns because that's really what they are. These are patterns, not states. And I should be very explicit about that. So then in that case, I'll current pattern delta time, because that's really what it is. So I'm going to call this current pattern. That's much more accurate. Forward movement pattern. Yeah, this for sure I can definitely like just move out of these functions. I can just make sure that we increase the delta before we run the actual movement patterns, and it should be the same thing. Yeah. Like I could do a whole thing with this. I could have turned these four functions into switch statements, and maybe I might, but I don't really see any particular reason to do that. Actually, oh yeah, no, I do need to pass a delta still because it needs to be able to like do that. So let's not mess with that. But yeah, now we get these nice tight. Now we get these nice little spirals that I can like tighten or otherwise like mess with. Yeah, so we get those nice tight little spirals, and I can make them tighter, right? If I wanted to make them tighter, all I really have to do, right, is keep reducing vert duration, right? And then it begins to make it then begins to make these nice tight little spirals, right? And now, right, when Leona picks up a power shot from these enemies, and now even I can go back and undo the thing I made the tank like with tanks, right? They should only fire one of these shots, right? Their default pattern is not to do a double, and that's mostly because I want to sort of make sure that from a readability perspective, you do not have a question about what power up you get from a particular regular enemy, right? Hang on, I gotta do a thing real quick. Tank, enemy state hit. Yeah, don't need this anymore because now we know that. Now we know why this. Now that we know that that's working. Tank, movement pattern established. Runs a runs a horizontal spiral across the screen. All So yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and like actually think out the waves a little bit. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna do it on stream because we're already like an hour and we're already like near half an hour over. But the main idea has always been for enemies that are not drones to have their own movement patterns. And then the interplay. Hey everybody, guess what? We're talking about encounter design again. The idea that I'm aiming for with the waves and shoot lancer, and this is something I'm gonna have to like work out the methodology for as I keep going. One of the things I'm really thinking about in terms of like the behaviors that I want to sort of set up for the waves and shoot lancer is that even if some of them wind up overlapping in certain aspects, I want to try to like stagger and make enemy formations in ways that give you reason to sweat a little. Like a tank on its own, for example, is not particularly effective, right? Yeah, so, right, that's the thing I'll say. The thing that's going to be interesting, right, is what enemies I place in what formations where. Because, yeah, sure, right, a tank by itself is not all that threatening. But what happens when you have a scout waving up and down, even if it's only doing single shots, a scout is waving up and down, creating its wave of shots there while you're trying to navigate not getting hit by the tank shots and things like that. Yeah, right? Formations make sense. Exactly. But this is an example of all the encounter design thing I've been talking about. For me, with Shoot Lancer, I am trying to treat each wave as like an encounter of its in and of itself, right? And the thing that I have to be very careful about leveraging from here, and this is why really I wanted to see how players reacted to, but we didn't get the chance to because the end of June was kind of a blow up for various reasons. We're all okay, but like the end of June was just a lot for the team, and so we didn't get to like actually take Shoot Lancer out for local testing the way that I would have liked to, right? And the reason why I wanted to take it out for local testing is primarily so that we could like actually get people to play it, so I could feel out if the spin is too strong of a lever from the player design, from the player toolkit perspective, for the encounter design to be meaningful. I don't have that information yet, and I'm probably not going to have that information meaningful unless people play the current version of Shoot Lancer. We did get the June update is out on the website. You can play the version of the game that has drone, trooper, and that has trooper, scout, and boss 1 movement patterns. Right? You can go play that right now if you go to community.itch.io/Shoot Lancer prototype. You could play the June version of it. We just did the June update a couple days ago. So if you want to be able to like actually like play that version with like more enemy movement in, it's there. We just have not had that version actually play tested with like live play testers yet. And so the information I am missing right now that I know I'm kind of like designing in a hole around, which makes me a little nervous, but we're just gonna go with it, right? The part that makes that difficult, so to speak, right, is that basically right now, I do not have an idea of what heuristics players are using to sort of figure out how to use spin in accordance with the encounter design that we have. I do not have a sense of whether or not I have like overtuned it or not in one direction or another. I don't know that until we either get live playtesting or somebody leaves a comment on like the June version or something letting us know, hey, this is how this turned out, lol lamau. So it's going to be interesting to see where that lands, right? Because the main reason why Leona has a spin is because I wanted to be able to create a feeling of, yeah, here's a curtain of bullets. I am dip, dodge, duck, dive, weaving through all of these bullets to pop my enemy. And when I'm really desperate, I just spin for a little while, get wild, and like knock a couple of them down and out, right? If I'm able to aim carefully, pop the bomb, boom, into a safe spot and use that to help get it clear also, right? That's the tension that I want. And so it's going to be just a question of, right, am I putting too much emphasis on am I relying too hard on like sheer numbers to carry that on the encounter design? Or have I managed to hit the sweet spot with movements combined with different positionals for the enemies in such ways that it's like, okay, yeah, the vibe is here, the feel is here. I don't know. I do not know yet. I don't know yet. And it's just going to be one of those things where we have to find out. And we're going to have to just see how it goes. Because I haven't had a chance to, like I said, we haven't had a chance to live test it yet, so I have no idea. People can go and play the version with movement right now. That's only the tutorial in the first level. But until or unless they say something, who knows? But okay. It has been about a good 3.5 hours. So, I'm marking it done on my sheet of work here. I'm gonna save my scripts and stuff, and we're gonna go get us up out of here. So, if I have a mod available, I would deeply appreciate links and stuff to go out. If not, I will do it in a second. Okay, I have to check manually. Alright, that's fine. I'll go check manually who we can go hang out with. And I'll throw down the links. So, let's see. So, last thing before we head out. I do game analysis and design stuff over at cohost.org/SJHDoesGames. You can read my past posts about some things over on Medium. But mostly on Cohost these days, I do a lot of talking about how it goes with Godot and like other game design stuff. I am relatively certain that I will probably maybe post the level 80 you're just getting started playing Viper guide. I might post that up on Cohost at some point, just because it's pretty bad, I think. And a lot of guides like the balance and things like that usually only focus on like, hey, here's how you play the job at level 100, which is not wrong or bad, but if you are just starting a job, you're just starting to play like Viper or something, and you're like, there are 70 billion buttons here, and the game gives me an easy entry by just telling me press the clicky glow stuff, and we're good. If you're ready to take like a half step above that, I figure I've figured out enough about how it works now. Let me offer that. So if I do that, that's going to go up on Cohost probably as like a PDF or something. Stream VODs are up at youtube.com/@SJHDoesGames. You can sort of like check out all of the things that we have previously done over there. Ko-Fi. If you want to support me in the stream but don't want to give money to Amazon and Jeff Bezos, Ko-Fi is the way to go. If you do a monthly subscription on Ko-Fi for $5 a month, I get $4 to change out of that, as opposed to having to take like basically like let Twitch take half or whatever I get from Twitch subs. I'm not going for Partner Plus or anything like that. So if you're really, really like upfront about like, I want to support you, Sean, how do I do that? Ko-Fi is better. Throne. If you want to support the stream by helping to get like stream gifts instead, things like the dual monitor setup that I have now are only possible because somebody was like kind enough to like gift some stuff through Throne to help me like finish it up. You can do it that way too. There are gifts on there that are basically like crowdfund-ish, where it's like you pay a hand in. You don't have to pay for the whole thing, but you pay a hand in to help raise the money for certain items. Other items are cheap enough that it's like you just get it one-off if you feel like it. And then my card has all my other social media links, but really I mostly talk about like personal stuff in terms of like really personal deep thoughts in terms of like game design and all that other stuff. A lot of that's on Coast. Mostly on Twitter and Blue Sky, I'm just like boosting stuff that I think is relevant, or like boosting like shoot lands. For Munity itself, if you want more information about the team, you can go to munity.games and learn about us there. If you want to support us on Patreon, get your name in the credits of, well, we have a free tier, so you can support us by either doing the free tier or the paid tier, however you want, and that will also get your name in the credits for whatever games that we work on. And if you want to play Shoot Lancer, like I said, the June update is out. Just go to munity.itch.io/shootlancer-prototype and you can play it over there. So, let's see who we're going to hang out with. Yes. If you could please kindly do the back room, I would deeply appreciate it. That made my life a lot easier. Because then I don't have to... I'm strongly tempted to see, of the 5 billion people who are already... Let's see. Hang on a second. There we go. That took a minute. I was about to say 623. Right. Alright, let's see here. We haven't gone to see Kesa, and since all y'all... Okay. Big disclaimer. I am saying this as a joke. Since you motherfuckers could not get me to stop talking about Final Fantasy XIV, okay, maybe I actually shouldn't, because Kesa is literally nearly done, and it's spoilers. So I don't, okay, phrase it that, here's how we're gonna do it. No, we shouldn't go there. Yeah, we shouldn't go there. Because I was thinking about it, and I'm like, Kesa's really, really deep in. He's like in the last zone. And I'm not gonna do that to y'all. That's emotional damage that y'all don't need to take. So I'm gonna see if there's somebody else on that I feel like bothering, that I know is not currently like elbow deep in that, because that would have been cool for me to dump y'all off in there. I do though, Cal. That's the thing. You know what? Thormengander. Because right now, Thormengander is playing Shadow of the Erd Tree. For those of you who don't know, yeah, I saw a couple people, and I'm just like, you know what? As tempted as I am to want to go hang out with, like, I don't know where people are at in Final Fantasy XIV, and I don't know if there are other people who, like, I really don't want to be spoiled, don't do this to me. So, here's what we're going to do instead. Thormengander, who I believe Thormengander did a run at, or at least couched there. One of those two, my brain is not remembering. My brain hurts, and I cannot remember which way that was. But Thormengander. What? I feel... No. I don't think we haven't been to Thormengander in like a hot minute, I don't think. Like, I cannot remember the last time we raided Thormengander. But yeah, right now Thormengander is playing some Elden Ring. They are not like actively in the DLC yet. They're still working their way through it. This is, from what I can see, their first playthrough of it. They are currently playing Elden Ring with a steering wheel. So yeah, when we raid over to Thormengander, give them an SH says raids, let them know who sent you, throw in your favorite emotes, all the other stuff. Don't backseat. I find out that some of y'all were doing some like whack stuff like that in Thor's chat while they were doing Elden Ring stuff. I'm gonna be very displeased. I trust y'all to not do that, but I'm just being explicit. Don't. It's the first time. Let them steer their wheel around and have fun doing silly Elden Ring things in the best possible way. Stream plans. I don't know. I feel like DNF Duel this Friday. It could be something else. I don't really know. I might just spin a wheel the day of, and that's how we decide. I don't know. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Breath of Fire 4, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. More Shoot Lancer next week, Wednesday. Till the next time I see y'all, whatever that is, stay safe. Wash your hands, wear a mask, don't go outside if you don't have to. Be excellent to each other. But not the bigots, racist, tips, sexist, anti-queer folks, or Zionists. These are your reminders. Black Lives Matter. Trans rights are human rights. Reproductive rights are human rights. Palestine must be free. Sudan must be free. The Congo must be free. New Caledonia must be free. Imperialism has no place in a proper and forward-thinking society. End of the story. So, thank y'all for coming by. I'll see y'all whenever I see y'all. Till then, take care. Deuces.